Hello beautiful people and welcome back to Let's Play Vampire Masquerade Swansong. Right? Right. Find out more. By the way, let us quickly go through here. Right? We haven't read her. That which remains. Leysha's story is nothing more than a collection of fragments due to her memory impairment. Remember that she is from France, near Lyon, and that Dr. Richard Dunham is her psychiatrist, as he has always been. She knows that he saved her from the war in 1939, but both her and her daughter Hazel. Wait. I'm sorry. He made it possible for them to join the Boston court held at the time by Quentin King, a child of Malkav like them. The rest is nothing but light and shadow. Leysha knows their names and sometimes even the stories of those around without knowing exactly how or why. She remembers Quentin King, previous prince, and his legendary obsession, and more recently Hazel, the first year of her rise to power. Leysha remembers her warmly and fondly, despite only knowing her for a single year before having to be put into slumber at the Malkav Institute of Boston, as prescribed by Dr. Dunham. Leysha suffers from sudden visions where the present moment and possible future bleeds into one another. She fights her gift in order to be fit to take care of Halsey. However, this does not serve the prince's plan, as Hazel views this power as a way to master fate and bolster her ambitions. Okay, April. Oh boy. We are gonna slowly go through that. I am so sorry, but that is just what we need to do. We need information. Bay Village and ambition. April was born in 1970 in Boston Bay Village neighborhood. She studied fashion in New York before leaving to train with prestigious fashion houses across Europe. Upon her return to Boston in 1998, she founded her own house of high fashion. The unique anti-conformist elegance of her creation soon drew the attention of the divas of Boston. They naturally invited April into their social circle, where she found herself intoxicated by their charm. April found an inexhaustible source of inspiration in the members of the Clan of the Rose, the Trap. One member of the clan was a well-known art collector from April, whom April met and became enamored with. I guess within love, right? The boundless passion pushed her to accept an embrace where she understood nothing about only a few months. However, her lover and sire quickly lost interest in her after the pride of flaunting his conquest in the most fashionable spots in Boston. First years of April's unlife were spent alone in solitude. She found refuge and support in one of Emem's club, where she learned all about her new nature and the history of the kindred. There she met souls who were worn out by their mad hopes and suffering. The bond. It was in this club that she first met Hazel Iverson, a kindred whose embrace was and abandonment by her sire reminded April of her own circumstances. April admired Hazel for the way she was able to turn the situation to her advantage. April offered Iverson her support and her services in thanks for her loyalty. Hazel granted her the title of Herald, where she took over the domain. One more, alright? The meeting. Dejan has a passion for the occult. He was working in a record shop when he became acquainted with Marie de Richard. This kindred had fled Hartford after being sentenced to final death for receiving the embrace from a tremor vampire without the approval of the city's prince. She joined Marcel, the Prince of New Orleans, and specialized in voodoo rituals. In 1998, she decided to sire Dejan because of the exceptional aptitude he showed for his art. To deepen his knowledge of thaumaturgy with the other chantries, he decided to go on a journey what was the same as the one Marie had taken when she was younger. Revenge. On his way to Salem, Dejan made a stop in Boston, and Hazel Iverson asked to speak with him. She sought new supporters to counterbalance the power of her primogen. She earned Dejan's trust by revealing that she was aware of his origin, his bloodline, and their banishment from New England. She promised him to utmost discretion if, in exchange, he joined the Boston Primogen and kept her informed of their every action. Nacon accepted on the condition that he be allowed to train with the Sisters of Salem as he had initially planned. The warlock was very well received, in particular by Richard Dunham, who was conducting secret research on blood and was delighted by the sight of the Thamutach wood with the... I'm sorry, some words here are just insane for me to speak. Nacon went to negotiate the agreement with the Hartford Chantry on behalf of Hazel, not only because she was his prince, but also to exact the revenge on those who had punished his sire. Okay, we have 5 minutes through. I am sorry, we are not gonna go through all of that. We are, over time, go through it 1 by 1, not 2 by 2 or 3 by 3. We are slowly and steadily going through it in the hope that it's not gonna be too late at all. Now, information, unification party, summary of individuals, files on... do you know what I not understood before? Okay, there we go through. So I might have missed some dots there before. Summary of individual files on the HUD, because I didn't knew that how that worked. Chantry, Mr. Osborne, Regent of the Hartford Chantry, ambitious and paranoid, extremely skilled in thaumaturgy, favors unification but mentions escape routes in his private communications to be monitored, visits the Jefferson's library once a month. Mrs. Wakefield, John Reese's child. She's a secretive mind control specialist who supports Mr. Osborne unconditionally, although he continues to be wary of her. She supports the unification to support the choice of her regent. Mr. Samuel's child of Epton Rowland. The blue blood is pragmatic, well versed in insurance finance. He is the head of thriving business and seems to have moved to Boston on a part-time basis, residing at the Jefferson's library. Our intelligence indicates that he is there to ensure the financial balance of the agreement to be signed, which he is rather in favor for. Mr. Fleming, he specializes in poison and is Osborne's personal bodyguard. He has been on several blood hunts and he recently moved to the library. We believe that he is there to protect the warlocks in the event of a retreat. According to our sources, he is opposed to the agreement because he labors as a strong personal resentment towards Tajan Siaka. Mrs. Vance has lived in Boston since the creation of the Hartford branch in Boston. Unknown sire specializes in high-level protection rituals. Little information available. The party will be her first outing from the library if she accepts the invitation. We need more time to research her background. Mr. Woods, child of Deneb Osborne, resides in Hartford, is new to thaumaturgy, but shows very good skills in memory magic, still under the authority of his sire and therefore in favor of the agreement made with us. Mr. Green resides in Hartford, child of Mrs. Nothing to report, was embraced 2 years ago, kept his family. His job as a research chemist report indicates that he is pro-unification. Mr. Chen was selected by the Chantry to come and work at the Red Salon and conduct experiments on blood civilization. Extensive experience in thaumaturgy, she reports, indicates that she's in favor of the unification, but for his own interests he only feeds in blood banks. Mrs. Halstead was selected by the Chantry to become and work at the Red Salon and conduct experiments in blood civilization, specialization, blood storage rituals. The report indicates that she is rather reticent about the unification, afraid to share her knowledge, suspicious of Boston. Okay, these are names. Oh boy, okay. Now, in the 17th and 18th centuries, the thaumaturges were influential throughout New England, but they also experienced dark times, seeing their power erode over the years, primarily due to encroachment of Sabbath members from northern and western New England during this period. Some elder Camarilla believed that at least one of the major convents allied with the Sabbath to bring about their downfall, though few agree on which of the 3 major convents is most to blame. The loss of status suffered by the entire family is a wound that would run deep today and has led to the great dislike of the Sisters of Salem, a Operating primarily of the chapel in Hartford, the thaumaturges have had an ongoing competition with the venture coteries for dominance in the state and have been quick to exploit any opportunity. Thus, when the Prince of New Haven and Hartford came to them for help in the early 1900s, they graciously accepted. Wisely, they have not yet recalled the debt the venture owed them, but that is likely to happen soon indeed. As a result of the unification agreement with Boston, the Chantry will greatly increase its political and economical clout over the Hartford domain. Within the Chantry itself, prestige is highly priced, and competition with the upper echelons of the hierarchy is so fierce that more thaumaturges are lost to eternal strife than to the past clashes with the Sabbath. This is largely due to the fact that General Osborne, despite his understanding behavior, jealously guards his position and makes it impossible for the apprentice to progress. Wherever a warlock seems to be on the verge of unlocking a new mystery, they are often replaced by a less talented one. Today, their Boston branch is mysterious and impenetrable. Despite our best efforts, we think it would be wise to require to visit the Chantry as a sign of trust. Our intelligence reports numerous disappearances of mortals in the vicinity of the building, which unfortunately never have.
This is what Hazel asked me to bring her.
Good, so we already found it. That's nice. Good, although it was a lot of information, man. Okay, subject. Report submitted. Night visit. I think that's alright to know. Okay, don't know. The push button is gone.
Well, this thing's old. Does she still use it?
The time has come. Password arrival. Okay. Oh, wait a second. Okay.
There are traces, but I can't break that illusion. It's much too strong.
That's too bad. And I was for a second, that's why I looked around again. If there's any illusion, anything I have not seen, because I haven't had our power online. Java, I would have liked to give you this bound that you have been waiting for so long, but I can't bring myself to condemn you to my situation. But don't be afraid, I will never abandon you, Java. Never. We are bound together forever. We are one. Since the first night, the first instant, nothing can ever keep us apart. Promise. I promise. I'm sorry, forgive me. Okay, yeah. We need to push that by hand. Alright, I remember when we went here actually with the main character. I don't know if she's the main character, I forgot. Emem. That was a dead end here.
One of Richard's Rorschach tests. In green. Even with the color, I still see the same things always. Blood.
Okay, that's dark, in a way. So I think that I've concluded whatever we needed to do there. Okay. Oh, that's good.
Nobody here. I'm going to be able to take a look around Dijon's. tarot cards. How fun. The Emperor, the Chariot, Temperance. Easy. Dijon is thinking about taking a trip. The Salem Gazette.
The City Council has found a new home for the Sisters of Salem at the Salem Library in recognition of the organization's work in sharing and supporting our local history, while many know of the group thanks to the annual organization of their Hallow Mass and their Mighty Dead and Martyrs celebrations. What's less well known is their implication with people in need throughout the rest of the year. They host newcomers to the area, troubled youth, and older citizens who are isolated. The Sisters of Salem have an extensive network of volunteers, and they are joined by about a dozen new members each year. Our community should be proud of the unity and mutual support shown by all of our fellow citizens, from their participation in the celebrations to their participation in the social and cultural volunteering done by this organization, declared the mayor after the city council meeting. And she was also very proud to announce that her spouse had joined the Sisters of Salem the previous month. Inauguration planned for tonight at the Salem's library by invitation only. And yes, sorry, there's a lot of reading today and leaking, but anyways, that's just sometimes how it is, right? Now, blood magnet rituals. The prey must not go underwater or cross the body of water. Restoration ritual, that's actually neat.
Just like New Orleans. This is definitely Dijon's place. A bird. Dead.
Okay, we are missing a lot of skills. Yeah, practically when we were at the character sheet, we could have adjusted this, but for that much available, it is sometimes obviously hard to pick the right ones, right?
Well, what have we here?
My dear sisters, I hope this letter will reach you quickly. Things are critical here. It appears that we have been the target of a major incident. A code red has been issued, and we have not heard from those who had already gone to the party our prince had organized for the unification. This could be in our favor, because it's possible that the Harford Chantry is behind it. Although I faithfully served my prince's interest while negotiating this treaty, Disney suspicious could serve our interest in relation to our potential alliance between Boston and Salem. Rest assured that.
He didn't finish his letter. But that'll be enough for Hazel to make up her mind about him. Huh. It's from an animal. And it's still fresh.
And we have a bird body.
This knife has blood on it.
In the living room, so to say, with a dead part of a bird. Ew, that's a crocodile. But nothing has changed here because we are missing them two skills. Anyhow, that was his little... Well, it ain't that little. We can actually... There's a photo. Gotta write photo. Okay, consumables in the inventory. Consumables are single-use items that provide bonuses most of the time. Consumables are used to replenish willpower or eliminate hunger. Gear. Each type of gear has advantages and disadvantages when equipped. The effects of the gear apply as long as it is equipped. Gear may not be equipped or unequipped during a dialogue. Once they have been collected, consumable items, phones, documents, etc. can also be consulted from inside the inventory. Now, first of all, we have the master key to the... oh, that's cool. Notebook. That not such Restores willpower, we don't need that. Recovering memories and... Okay, good. But good to have, right? With... That is possible with... I mean, there are vampires, right? But with a cool... Polaroid photo, that's actually kinda neat. Oh, that's cool. I wonder something. We are gonna take the other route there around, by the way.
The prince wants this floor under surveillance. I'm carrying out orders. I'm sorry, I can't let you through.
Yada yada yada. I have a key, guys. I have a key, and we are probably, if we are still gonna be not in control of her, we are obviously gonna...
Hazel told me to keep a low profile here. This area is reserved for the prince and her primogen. Shit. Hilda's in her office. She's going to see me.
Unseen passage. Unseen passage allows you to move around without being seen. In the state, it's not possible to physically interact with the environment. You may, however, stealthily read the document or examine an object. This power will be activated automatically if you enter a location that is prohibited. Okay. That's a neat power, right? Dear Mr. Underwood, as agreed, here's our payment. Thank you for your confidentiality. You are indirectly contributing to one of the greatest forensic discoveries of our time. If by any chance you still have bloodless bodies in good condition to offer us, please let us know. That's not cool. But hey, they are vampires. Dear Sir, Mr. Everson has honored to invite you to the Grand Unification Party to the presence of representatives of the Hartford Chantry. Your presence at these festivities requested. The evening of September 4th at 11 PM at 1 International Place, Boston, with our greatest respect and consideration. Dear Mr. Underwood, here's my report as requested. Attached you will find all the documents I was able to gather. Unfortunately, I was unable to collect much of useful information about Mrs. Fang's time in China, but it may not have been the most interesting period of her life. Fairly typical education. Exactly what would be expected of the upper class. What is a little less expected is that shortly after her arrival in the US, she was admitted to the economics department of MIT. It was a large part thanks to her publications on the blue economy, which led her to join the Daira ratification project in the Indian Ocean. At the same time, she defended her dissertation on blue biotechnology, which I recommend that you read in his entirety. You can imagine that someone of her ilk was highly sought after. She was rude by major multinational companies before she even graduated. However, she refused all their offers and instead founded her own startup company, Newman Fang Blue Tech. From one round of fundraising to the next, the companies quickly became a reference for any group that was looking to make over their image to appear a little greener. If you browse their website, you will quickly realize how important many of their clients were. As for the more confidential information, I've learned that several governments, particularly Luxembourg and Canada, recently reached out to her. For the moment, it's only a matter of advice and informal discussion, but the speed with this with which she was brought to her influence is highly impressive. My conclusions regarding her are the following. She's brilliant. One might imagine that she's an idealist, but while her actions do seem to be guided by an ideological perspective, she is extremely pragmatic in integrating herself to the upper echelons of society. What's more, that she has true business acumen. As a startup is one of the most successful in the country, you have every reason to take her interest in her. I can set up a meeting with her if you'd like to. Your eternal servant, Jason Moore. As I said before, it is crazy stuff. I mean, maybe you could argue maybe that I am playing this game weirdly, wrongly, whatever you want to say there. Well, as if he would not notice that, right, game? Come on. Okay, he has suits. That stays in mind. A mortal vampire not making his bed.
The speculative news from... Oh, he's about as fun as his reading material.
But he has a nice shower. Although I have to admit, there ain't no toilet, which is for a ensuite bathroom good, I guess, or better. But that would be... I wouldn't have liked to have the bathtub inside my... it's an office sleeping thingy, right? Maybe then that's rather okay, I'd say.
I shouldn't get too close. She might be able to sense me.
Why did you come back? Why? Other than to show that you're doing just fine on your own. If you only knew everything I've done for you. Mem.
Hilda's more concerned with the men than she is with Hazel. I hope she'll be happy to hear that.
But, you guys, that is then actually right now already gonna bring us to the end of today's episode. I am sorry that was a lot of reading today. I am assuming too that there will be in the next couple of episodes much reading too, so that's it. That's, I think, the game, right? For now, I, as usual, really thank you for watching. If you guys actually do have enjoyed this episode, then please, I can't even talk today anymore, then please give me a little thumbs up and subscribe, and hopefully I see you in the next episode. Until then, I wish you all a wonderful day. Stay frosty. Bye.